Martin on his excellent playthrough of some of the more difficult maps that I could not break, but he has so aptly broke on an epic level, and we're going to document exactly how it was done. Let's go.
So do you have any like general questions before I start?
Well, I always like to go over the overall how what you focused on to break the map, and what things that you had to do in order to mitigate their counterattacks or their ability to stomp all over you, basically.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of. I don't even know if I can remember everything so long ago. There's a lot of very, very subtle and very particular, picky things that I had to experiment with. This is pretty much all mine, the way I solved this map. So
you didn't have a layout similar to Soren's
no, this
Manstein
is
difficult.
extremely unique. I don't think anyone's ever done this before.
Don't you when you come up with something like that, like me with Ponry, when you're the one that's cutting the cake, so to speak, or making the bread, it feels so good, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it's actually because I broke the Hague that I realized what the secret to the map was, because I realized I could fly Oladir around. That was really what kind of gave the game away. Is that Oladir can go fly in a plane? Well, that changes everything. But actually, that wasn't enough, because there's obviously a ton of problems you have to solve on this map. So the first one was how to deal with the Air Force. And I kind of realized, if you look at the specifications on the scenario, that these don't activate until turn 3. So
what don't activate?
The planes.
The planes right there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and then I was sitting there going, well, wait a minute. I know exactly where the planes are. Why don't I go kill them?
Preemptively kill them.
Go preemptively kill them. So on turn 2, you can actually get your fighters here, take out the fighter. You bring helmet lent. You should bring helmet lent for this map for that purpose, to help kill stuff. And then you kill the fighter in turn 2, and then you kill the bomber in turn 3, and all of a sudden you don't have to worry about the Air Force. So if you don't have to worry about the Air Force,
what about the Air Force that's on? I wish I could move my arrow. The one that's over by the northern western. Yeah, that airfield.
Doesn't
what about that
until
one?
Turn 11.
Oh, so they just stay inactive right there.
And then I think you can sometimes trap it here or trap it here, but I don't remember what
What do you mean trap it?
Like on turn 11,
okay.
it activates.
We'll have to get.
On turn 11, it activates, and it might attack here, but you can park a fighter here if you wanted.
So where do you drop Oladir to make him the most effective?
You drop him here. It's the only place you can drop him.
So you drop him like right off the bat. You bring your Air Force over to take.
Oladir's slow, so he has to follow behind. So he drops after the paratrooper drops. And that's fine. Because
so you bring a paratrooper and Oladir as an engineer or as a pioneer over there to break that part of the map.
Yeah, and you can take your time here a little bit. Like, it's not super critical, but you can only dilly-dally just a little bit. So Oladir, they're going to hit... So I think the parameter for this counterattack to trigger is less than 5 hexes under their control. So the second you take any major hex, these guys activate. So I like to take...
What do you mean these guys?
These guys.
Which guys?
The major counterattack. All of this stuff. There's like infantry and tanks.
So if you take that hex that you land near Oladir near, you get a counterattack, and you don't want that. You'd rather have them
actually
come towards Sedan.
You want that.
Why?
You want that as soon as you can, but not too soon, so that way you have time to entrench. So the reason is so that way you can take this hex. The reason you can't sneak in the back and take this is because these guys are hanging around.
So you activate them over to the other side of the map, and then they just kind of crowd around Oladir, never attacking.
And he's the only unit that can withstand that kind of firepower.
What does Oladir have at this point?
Initiative.
Meaning like experience.
2 stars, I think.
2 stars, and he's able to hold off an army already.
Yeah, there's one little catch to that. If the mountain unit comes in contact with you, he will attack. But I think you can attack him ahead of time with a bomber, and like Lent would be good, and then he kind of freezes in place, and that's good enough.
Hmm.
But as long
Then
as
what do you do to take that northernmost objective?
this one, I fly another
Yeah.
paratrooper. He lands in the back, helps kill the artillery, and then he comes up here, and then I land something here to help take it. Because we're gonna flood the sea with boats, lots of boats.
All right, let's get started.
But that's not everything. While this is doing its stuff, you need to kill the scout that's on the other side, because the scout sees things you don't want it to see too soon. So I have to ambush the scout because he goes for the airfield, which the enemy can see is unoccupied. The next
Mitigating their vision is huge.
Yeah, but I abuse the hell out of what they can't see.
Did you have to do something funky with the weather?
I made sure I had clear weather.
Okay.
Because rain's gonna ruin everything. Rain will just destroy you.
Are you finding that necessary for all the maps?
I make sure there's no rain, just because it is really tight. There's not that much
Guderian makes it
flexibility.
that way.
I mean, it's already Guderian. Rain is making.
Okay, pause it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to
Oh, shoot.
Okay,
so you had two.
Here? Yep.
Okay, so you had two Fallschirmjäger. Or no, that one of those is Oladier, one of those is Fallschirmjäger?
Both are paratroopers. You can't fly. You cannot fly Oladier turn 1.
Oh, so show me where you have Oladier at.
He's right here. See? And he'll go to the airfield.
You can't place him on the airfield, you have to
play him here.
What?
You can't play him on the airfield. For some reason.
Well, that's crap.
However,
okay, so let me continue to monitor your layout. So you have how many strat bombers?
2. Right?
2. And then you have your Stuka, you're kind of going all over the place.
Yeah, Lent and Stuka. You need
and
a Stuka.
2 fighters.
The Stuka helps take out the artillery. You'll see. I do have to bring a Stuka. I was hoping I didn't have to, but I think it's necessary.
I'm seeing that you have most things up over strength to 2.
Not my scout,
okay,
not my mountain, because he's not him. That's Essie. And
you have an Essie regular inf.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna focus on having pioneer or grenadiers.
Not yet. I'm saving prestige. I'm saving lots of prestige by not upgrading them. I don't have grenadiers for 1940 at all.
Oh, you want them to beef up as regular infantry, and then in 43 upgrade them to 43 grenadiers.
They will be upgraded to grenadiers by Streets of Moscow at the latest, because I need grenadiers for that map.
Okay, so let me. Okay, so you got Oladier, you got two SE infantry, the SE Panzer 3F, yeah, a different pioneer. What's his hero?
Movement +1.
Nice. And what's your Gebirgsjäger? Who is that?
He doesn't have a hero. He's one of my favorite units I bought, probably at Danzig.
And then you got your regular Panzer 4D that you had as a Panzer 1.
Oh yeah. I don't bring Kesha on this map either.
Why?
Because I already know.
Done and needed.
So this guy, remember, he has defense +6, or does he get? No, he doesn't have defense +6, but he has defense +3.
He gets it.
So
he doesn't have anything right now.
He has I didn't label him. He's defense +3. So
he doesn't have any heroes. If you look at it, doesn't have a dot.
Well, I didn't label it, I guess. But he has defense +3. Oh wait, did I not get the hero yet?
No, you haven't.
Oh, I didn't bring Kesha.
Because he doesn't have a dot.
I didn't bring Kesha because it's more important to level this tank up because Kesha is easy.
Right.
I made more.
Okay, so then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 artillery.
Plus
wow, that seems so minimal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2 level bombers, so 9. That's a lot. To me, that's a lot.
I only see 6.
That's because you missed this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 7 artillery and 2.
It's a pretty diverse force. I mean, I have a Panzerjäger, Panzer
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
Panzer 4, different
What's
types.
your Panzerjäger at?
1 star.
Like how many stars? 1 star?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting layout.
It's
Okay, let's see how it plays out.
Yep, so I immediately suppress that. I don't attack it because I don't have the firepower. I can never find a way to get the firepower to take that out. But I hope to damage it so it's suppressed next turn. This is to set up an ambush. This is the only way I found to safely set up the ambush.
For the
They
recon?
can see that there's something there for the cavalry to attack. And it's going to run into that ambush. My mountain unit's going to swing around. I set it up. Do you see that? I set it up so that, that I can hit it with the tactical
You can
bomber.
bomb the cavalry.
It's super sneaky. The cavalry doesn't know I'm there. That's so bad for the cavalry.
Because it never gets initiative. It never.
It can attack you, but it usually doesn't do damage.
Okay, pause it for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you fly your 2 fighters down there and helmet length and take out. How often does the first attack from the fighter actually have them hit you?
Very rarely.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's pretty rare. I have initiative +1. I attack with that one first. That initiative +1 is a big deal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
When you have extra fire, like this fighter's initiative is crapped on because of this, but it can fire back, but it rarely damages. Most of the time, this is
so. But if I'm safe to say, this is one area where you absolutely must destroy that fighter. Like,
yep.
if you would want to reload and try that again to okay.
Because you're gonna need possibly all 3 to take this out. Because you're gonna take this out next turn.
Right. And if you land that Fallschirmjäger on that airfield, the anti-tank that's on the main objective does not come and attack, and the artillery doesn't move.
It will come out.
It does.
It does. I'm blinding it as well by killing the bomber. That's why you have to kill it. He will come out and attack a suppressed paratrooper. He won't even hesitate.
But if you take out the bomber, then he's blinded. I got you. He's only a 1.
This is massive exploitation of vision. So
that's how you do it. And so then where are you taking those other 2 Fallschirmjägers?
This one is.
Neither one is Oladir yet.
Oh.
Oladir, you just moved on to the
airfield. This one's gonna fly here, and then this one's gonna fly in the back to help with this, and then this.
I'm sorry, it's going herky jerky. I didn't see this.
One of these paratroopers is gonna fly down here, I think. Oh no, actually, wait a minute. I take that back. I had to make a major renovation. I forgot this. This paratrooper is to take this objective and this objective. This paratrooper is to help take out the artillery and then this objective. And then he doesn't have anything to do after that, and he kind of runs around somewhere. And the reason for that is so Oladir has the time to take this to dig him out. Yeah, this is super efficient. Because I don't have time for Oladir to go do that and then come back and do this. It's very delicate. It's very precise. There's very little room for error. And the point is, if you take this anti-tank gun out, they're totally blind to what's going on. And you can set up waves of ship landings over here. And then you're going to pounce. It's going to be crazy.
I see.
It's actually pretty crazy what I do.
And so you destroy that anti-tank unit with just a Fallschirmjäger?
I believe I have a level bomber and attack. I don't remember exactly how I did it. I think there's support somewhere. We'll see as it unwinds.
Okay.
Oh, I am flying him over there. Maybe I do.
You're forgetting what you did.
It was a long time ago. And I want to dig this guy out immediately. I don't have time to fuck. I can't screw around. I need to clear that guy. It's crucial that I clear that guy as fast as possible.
Why? So you can get the Suma?
So I can get the Suma and I'm going to cross the river. I need to cross the river as fast as possible. It's so delicate. There's almost no room for error.
And that infantry can see your...
Yep.
Oh, you know.
But the anti-tank can't reach me, and they don't activate yet in the south. Which is good.
Interesting. Yeah, you put it over the anti-tank to start playing on that.
There's no Air Force, so it doesn't matter that they can see me.
Why'd you put the Sturm Panzer there? Just you needed to put it somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. So you work on digging out. If you take... I'm sorry. If that anti-tank... Pause it for a second.
Yep.
So that anti-tank that you've been bombing... the anti-tank that helps blind the whole thing.
This one.
That one, yeah. Does it never take replacements?
I don't know. I didn't think about
it.
It looks like it didn't take replacements. If that's true, that's really useful to know.
So now, good grief, you're everywhere.
I have cloudy weather, apparently, so that's not good. But I just landed my paratrooper, so it's not a big deal. Cloudy weather in turn 3 is not bad. You're going to see me use the whole map with ships. It's crazy. I'm going to be landing them all over the place for super crazy efficiency. So now I'm setting up an ambush because there's...
So you never attack a Sedan from the front?
No. That's how you solve it. Don't attack it from the front. It's really bad. I'm preparing for an ambush that's coming.
That's genius. That's the way to break the map.
Isn't that what they actually did too in the war? Didn't they attack it from the back? South and north?
I don't know. I studied the Sedan map, but I don't remember them talking about.
This is awesome because
I know they crossed the river.
You see this? I know the cavalry's move, so they're blinded to what I'm doing, and the scout's gonna come and miss what's happening over here. Those are exact hexes. Don't park anything here because there is an artillery that will come up and hit you.
Oh, then pause it for a sec. Let's see the exact hexes. Illustrate that for us.
Do you see this?
Exact hexes way over on the right.
What happens is the scout is going to cross this bridge. He'll spot this, but nothing can reach it. And
that single 12 strength artillery. That's the only. Oh no, and it can also spot the anti-tank and the tank.
Only,
but not the.
No, it can't. It stops here.
Yeah, but if it's a scout, then it could see.
It only sees this because it's going to go this way. It's going for the airfield. It can reach the airfield. The scout.
Oh.
The infantry sees that it's empty, so it's going to go and take that back. No major hexes have been taken yet. So he misses that. If you go here, the tank will come out and hit you, but the tank doesn't have enough movement to reach here. And the cavalry can't reach there either.
Interesting.
So I have artillery, and I have infantry that can reach here, plus a scout. So you're going to see I'm going to jump this guy. It's really important that I jump that. Yeah, but you have to ambush the scout. He's going to cause a problem later.
You're just blowing away that artillery.
Yeah, it's in trouble now. With the artillery gone, Oladir now has an easier time assaulting that position.
Pause it for a sec. No, yeah, it did take replacements. Never
did?
mind.
Okay.
You don't need me. Yeah.
Yeah, so here comes an ambush, which is really good for the Panzerjäger. We can really do a lot of damage to that scout.
Yeah. So what do you think the cavalry is doing? I've never seen it do that before. Because you've never attacked it like this before.
It's going to Sedan. So you want to take this on turn 5. Or do I take this on turn 5? I think I have to. So you kill the scout.
No, you don't. Okay.
So you kill the scout, so that helps with the sneakiness in the back of Sedan, because the scout is going to cross over and be annoying and spot everything. So this guy can take damage. His job is to just take this out, so it's okay to take damage. He's done after that. He can't take damage as well. And you start softening up the anti-tank. Oh, I wouldn't grab this because that's a blind spot.
Wait, what? I didn't see that. Oh, that blind, the Fallschirmjäger?
Yeah, you can grab this hex for free.
I'm sorry, I still can't see because it's jumping. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And when are you? Where are you going to station that Fallschirmjäger?
I think he's going to go south, or no, he's going to be back up in case something goes wrong.
Up north?
Yeah. Well, or in the south, either direction. So the AI's got a big problem because they're losing all that vision now.
Well, you got all those positive for a second.
Okay, this is a key part of my plan. I want this tank and this paratrooper and this pioneer. We are going to set up for a massive assault on the artillery.
Okay, but it sees your Gebirgsjäger right on the precipice, and it doesn't move to attack it.
Because they have a trigger
cavalry,
base, because this is turn-based trigger, all of these units.
Including the cavalry.
Yes.
So if you take it, won't it come and attack? I'm sorry. The main objective that you're weakening, won't it try and take that?
It's turn-based. It won't activate.
No, I get that. But what turn is 11? But won't they on turn 11 come and attack you?
Not unless I'm entrenched.
Because once you're entrenched, that's why you can't really, or you can take damage, is what you said.
You can. Sometimes it does attack if you're not entrenched enough. So it's important to take this quickly.
Okay. And you hold it with the Fallschirmjäger or the Gebirgsjäger?
Gebirgsjäger have higher ground defense.
Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, you got that now. That's not a kill, though, is it?
No, it's not necessary. I take this turn 6. You have to take this turn 6. That's right. The reason you don't want to kill that is I think there might be cavalry that can reach you. So that you
kill what?
There's cavalry. I think there's cavalry that can reach. So if you don't kill it, it won't do anything. They're blind to what's going on down here.
Nice.
And you need to take this out first before going for the artillery.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
I'm digging him out.
You need to take one out first before...
This one. It's giving him vision, and you're going to deny him vision. Now my mountain
But won't it have vision? Won't it have vision with the stupid fort?
Nope, not
the
here.
fort surrounds the dam?
Not here. That's 5 hexes away.
And now you're going to take that.
Yep.
because they won't be able to come and attack.
Turn 7's good. It gives me time to fringe. Now I need to take this objective as well. That's why I'm digging it out. I want to really make sure I kill him with the tank. I need to be here, so I'm out of vision range. Sneaky here. You killed the scout, and I think the cavalry's up north, and so they don't see.
Okay, pause it for a sec. Pause it right now, if you can. Okay, this is helpful. Go around slowly around the map, and I want to see what they see. So they are able to. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stay by Oladir.
Oh.
Okay, so go down south so I can see all that great big massive crap. Okay, so they can move that their mountain troop and that what is that, like a Hotchkiss?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hotchkiss to Oladir on the very turn it takes the main objective. What city is that?
Chahiri.
Church Street. Chahiri. So it takes Chahiri, but they won't attack it because it's Oladir, right?
And also the tanks move first.
Oh, so the Samua will come.
Yeah,
and that they will.
The mountain unit. That's good for you. Now, I think that the only reason the mountain unit will attack is the initiative bonus is so huge. I think if it had moved first, it wouldn't attack because there wouldn't be an initiative bonus. So either way, you're safe.
Okay, and then does any of that army to the south move towards the northern objective? That's
only if they see something. What do they see?
They see nothing.
They can see
so
this,
because
but this
they see.
Yep, because it's.
What did they see? They see those.
But they can't reach this. They can see this, but that's not a big problem.
And they don't move their artillery to attack that.
This guy doesn't move, and this guy doesn't like moving up for some reason.
That is weird.
It is weird. I don't know. They will attack this and this spot, but
say that again.
These two
they
spots.
Will what?
These two spots. This artillery will attack, but not here or here.
Huh.
But these two it will. So they have no idea that there's stuff here, and they have no idea that there's stuff here.
Right. So now center on center on the stuff across the river. On the right side.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So because they're blind, they never move from these positions because they don't see something to attack.
Well, this guy will eventually move north. And then I
can
kill the pioneer. And then I can kill the artillery for fun. Or attack the artillery for fun.
How did you figure that out?
You check every turn. You check every turn where units are.
Oh, you like surrender and see where they moved?
Yep. It's really helpful.
Yeah, I do that. I can't do that mid-broadcast, so I do that after. So I can see what's happening.
Really, I don't have a perfect memory, not even close, so it really is helpful to just like check. Am I sure I know where the units are? You'd be surprised sometimes. They're not where you think they are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the cavalry never move on the right side of them.
They go up north and they go grab these hexes, and we laugh at
them.
Hex?
Oh, the hexes that you don't care about anymore?
Yeah, they go and grab those.
And they have 632 prestige. How many core units do they have?
A lot.
No, I mean like, what's their?
I don't know.
Like so they don't spam. It never became an issue.
It's never an issue because I don't kill that much. If you stop and think about it.
Right. Okay, yeah, keep going.
One thing
What about that? I'm sorry. What about that bomber?
This one.
Mm-hmm.
He activates 2, and does he see anything? I have a plane covering here and a plane covering here. I don't know what the bomber does, actually. The one thing I'll mention is the cavalry comes up and then spots this, but I don't... Normally this artillery attacks, but I don't know what happened here. I don't think it did.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't see what you're... It jumps around so stinking much.
So he spots me.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, that's more...
But he didn't shoot.
Interesting.
He did move.
Yeah. He attacked my SE, which was hilarious. Okay, this is really important. Watch.
Oh, you got it trapped.
Yeah, so for some reason, on turn 7, he makes the worst possible move and goes up here and attacks me. And I don't care, he's attacking my SE unit.
Just what you needed.
And now it's really, really bad what happens. Watch this. This is perfect.
Well, I know exactly what you're going to do. I mean, I saw it a mile away. That's perfect.
And this
You
guy
can suppress all.
he needs to be dug out. So now...
Oh, you won't be able to force that surrender.
And then
You'll be able
the
to force that
Pioneer
one.
just comes up.
Shreds him.
I don't remember. I attack with the tank first? Yeah. Because then the paratrooper can go. And then I stop. This is super important. I don't want to kill it because they have units that will... There's a tank coming. I want to leave the tank behind. That's why I didn't attack with the Pioneer, because I didn't want to kill it. Oh, we have another
Free
class.
kills for your bombers.
Yeah. I'm running out of things to attack.
Yeah, you really are.
Now my paratroopers draw artillery fire, but it's worth it. And that's my SE. I don't care so much about him. His job is done.
God dang. Herky jerky.
Now that the Pioneers moved away, I can go after that artillery.
Okay, pause it. So this is where they see that area and they start to get those free areas you don't care about anymore. But pause. But okay, so when do you take out that artillery? This next round?
Yeah, now.
No.
Yep.
Now, and then do you take out that this AA?
Yeah, and
this round too.
This turns into a surrender heaven. Yeah.
Wait a minute. How did I?
Yeah,
why?
Because they're gonna block them. So you take out the anti-aircraft, and then something else will go in there, and they're gonna block it.
So that's crazy.
I know. I'm getting extra.
Go down south. Go down south.
Yep.
I just wanted to see what that counterattack was doing. They're just basically focusing on Ola, except for 2 of them are going north.
Yeah.
And leaves that whole area vulnerable for your counterattack that's moving across the ocean. Yeah. I mean, across the river.
And
interesting.
It's funny you get to use the airfield. This is what I love about this. I get this airfield that gives me access to the whole map.
Right. Right. You don't have to worry about fuel anymore.
You notice how my planes You notice my planes are always active? There's never a pause. And it's because this airfield's the key.
You're just getting a lot of crappy cloudy days.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's not necessary.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, this is another brilliant part of my plan. My scout is the only unit that can attack the artillery and run away and get out of vision. So I'm setting it up for pushing it back later.
Oh, that's when the bomber activated.
And he attacked a unit I didn't care about.
Right.
How about taking 0 damage from artillery?
Beautiful.
I'm sure that's a record for this map. Well, I took 1 damage because he damaged my SE.
Yeah.
What I should actually do, I should attack the mountain unit to make sure he doesn't attack me. No, I should have used my bomber on him, my tactical bomber. If you make sure he's damaged, then you're fine. Because he'll take replacements.
Switching cloudy.
Perfect. So that tank is setting up for a surrender. I backed
It's
up my
moving up.
artillery, so they're not going to touch it.
It just didn't attack it. Mm.
If you don't put artillery there, they will attack you. And probably kill you. Because that's paratroopers. See how meticulous.
God love them, they're just not that defensive. They're great at attack, though.
But you like how everything's perfect? I have just enough ammo to get away with all this?
Yeah, pause it for a quick sec. I see around Cherry that they're moving up.
Yep.
Aren't you worried about them attacking your Fallschirmjäger?
They can't reach him.
With their...
The tank moves. The cavalry can't reach him, I think.
That turn, but won't it attack it this turn?
Not if I go here.
And that's where you take it.
Perfect, isn't it? I have just enough time to evacuate him.
What about your Air Force? Then you lose your airfield and your mobile Air Force.
Look at what turn it is.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Because I've been refueling them, remember? I do a cycle where I refuel them, so it's okay. Like, let's look at our fuel.
Okay.
Like, you probably don't believe me. He's got 23 fuel. He's got 58, 63, 57, 23, 19, 29. So, yeah, I'm fine. I think I'm now in access of this airfield. Like, these guys can fly here.
What airfield?
This one. This one's still... Because I ambushed the scout, this was never taken back.
Yeah.
So I have this airfield as an emergency airfield.
Right.
Oh, I just refueled them now. There you go. Right before they take the airfield, so it doesn't matter.
And they put the tank in the way, so you're now able to force that to surrender or just outright kill it.
I think it's a surrender here. Look at this extra prestige I'm getting.
Do you don't take it because you just let them keep putting stuff in there.
So then there's a wave of artillery coming, and my scout continues to do a great job of softening up the artillery.
And the other artillery you're placing there to soften up the mountain unit, right?
Yes.
What are you taking that ship up there? Isn't that the Samua?
Yeah. Maybe I was experimenting. There's another wave of planes coming, and I was thinking maybe I can trap them by showing the boat. I didn't fully explore it, but I'm pretty sure it will work. And then he goes on the river. That was crazy. And look at this. They block the tank.
Perfect.
It's gross.
You must feel like, oh yeah, I get all that prestige.
I know, it's really gross. I didn't just break this map. I farmed this map.
Right, yeah.
Who thought that was possible?
She take the airfield. They went up and tried to attack your...
well, they see the artillery, right? They probably are thinking we can attack it. I'm hiding. Look at this, I'm hiding. So that the fighter doesn't attack. And meanwhile, they have no idea just paratroopers are sitting here as cleanup, if necessary.
Interesting. Pause it for a sec. Go to that final objective.
This one?
The one on the south. Yeah. What's his entrenchment for?
Yeah. He's about
so
to
you got 3 artillery, and you're gonna kick him out.
Oh yeah.
On turn 12 or 13.
You can't do it turn 12, but it's a little risky. Turn 13 is guaranteed.
Okay.
I don't see any reason why you would want to do this map in 12 turns. I've got a farming spot.
No, of course not.
So
it's just nice to know
you can get it decisive in 12 turns. Believe it or not.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're moving. It's turn 11, and they're going nuts. But that cavalry's not doing anything.
Hasn't moved yet.
Oh yeah, except tanks. Good grief, herky-jerky. There it goes. But you've got so much entrenchment. Is that why you covered it with an air unit so that it didn't strafe you?
It did strafe me. I didn't figure out how to deal with the last wave. Actually, that's an area of improvement. But I felt no incentive to improve upon it because I didn't take damage on that test, so I just let it slide.
I can't believe they didn't take the airfield.
I know, but it doesn't matter. I don't need it actually. My tank can farm. It's great. Oh, there's my
There's
first.
the first.
Yeah. It's great. Look, I have enough space to hide everybody.
Crazy.
So if you do enough damage here, because this guy is at 2 entrenchment, you can boot him out and seize that if you want it.
Right.
But I didn't. So a decisive victory can be done in 12 turns, which is crazy. But I thought there was more prestige to be earned, so I didn't.
Absolutely, more kills. Never end it early. That's why I'm gonna farm as much as I can. That map you think is crazy.
So this was done so well, I just attacked because this artillery's.
Why'd you never land the Samoa?
I was trying to figure out a way to use planes to attack the Samoa. There is a way to do it. I just didn't figure it out. I was trying to get him to draw enemies.
To attack them.
Yeah, I just didn't fully explore it, and it's another area of improvement. That's the way to deal with the planes, is if I park my Samoa here, I think the fighter will attack it.
And you just have a fighter guarding it.
I think that would work, actually.
Mm.
So I don't even care about killing these guys, I just want to farm them.
Right. I mean, when you're playing on Guderian difficulty, you need to take as much time to kill units as possible because you don't get that many kills on your. You don't have that much time to get that many kills on your units. Boom.
I make sure he's backed up. It's actually he's resupplying or not reinforcing. You know, that artillery gets pushed back again. Damage some more. It's pretty much
positive. Can you look? Oh, you can't. You can't look at the number of kills on your recon. What'd you get for your hero on your recon?
I don't have one yet.
Really?
I'm very careful with the recon. I only really attack when it's good. Oh, I killed one of the tanks. I even managed to kill another armored unit.
This is outstanding. I'm looking forward to you improving on the Stalingrad maps and the Kursk maps, the ones that you initially thought were unbreakable. When you played through.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, I mean, there's about 25 units left.
25 core units?
Well, not 25 core. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 core units left.
Yeah, they never have an opportunity to spam.
This is amazing. I actually, I don't know if there's a way to get this airfield. Actually, there is a way to get the airfield. If you're willing, so you can fly when they have vision down here, you can fly bar down. Or actually, not down here, it's up here. And then he'll come out and attack him.
Oh.
But the problem is you'd have to time it so that your scout's ready to seize this and pull out, which might be tricky.
Nah,
or you could fly Lent. You could fly Lent and get him damaged as well to get the airfield.
So what did you finish 40 with in terms of prestige?
After upgrades, I have 15,400 something.
Good grief.
It's insane.
And most of your units are at least 2 stars.
I have 1 SE unit that is below 2 stars, and that's it. And the reason. And
then all your artillery is maxed out at 3 stars, and your planes. How are you 3 fighters doing?
Well, that's a video I plan on doing either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna go
Oh, going
over.
over
I'm
your
gonna go
core.
over my core, and then I'm gonna show you how it compares to my last attempt, and show you some charts, some interesting results. But I was surprised about a few things, and I looked at like sums and averages. The three stats I'm most concerned with is kills, losses, and experience. So
Oh, kind of like something Bricata used to do.
yeah, but his is more sophisticated. I'm just kind of very basic. There's just certain basic things I'm concentrated on, because he already showed overstrength stuff, and I'm convinced 100% that it's accurate now that I've gotten to practice it. So,
Are you still sticking with? Are you
yeah.
planning on
So,
sticking with just two
I should
overstrength?
probably also in that video explain why I'm not max strengthening things, because my vision for how to deal with soft cap is radically different now. And I think so. Like one of the
Please
big
go
things,
over them.
yeah, I'll
I
probably
mean,
go over
like
that.
tonight when you do that.
I think
yeah.
that I'm not going to have serious soft cap problems, and it's going to become clear why if I can remember to explain that in the video, because you're going to realize I'm not max over strengthening things.
So at 43, you are. But I mean, are you intending to get a decisive on all the maps going forward?
Not Metaxas line. I have no idea how to do that one. I don't think I can't do that one. That one's like 8 turns. That's like a Lots map. I don't know. I don't even think it's possible in that one. And then a decisive all the way up through what Kursk Armory, assuming it's possible on the Kursk maps, which you're still trying to prove. The armory ones, I don't think you can.
Oh, the Kursk Armory itself.
I think 11 turns is too little.
Well, I'm. If I get to them, I'm going to play through once blind, because you can only play a map blind once.
Oh, you've never played them before?
No.
You're gonna play first. You're gonna play Kursk Armory blind on ultimate mode.
Well, if I make it, I don't want to play my cards or show my hand. Okay. If I make it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna.
But yeah, I've never been able to. So I played through 1943 once on Field Marshal, and I did the Obion. No, did I do the Paul Marie? I think I did Paul Marie on Field Marshal, and I don't think I got a decisive on Paul Marie, but I did on Okolvatka, and you have to get it on both, or you don't make it to the Kursk Armory. Okay, and then when I did Manstein, I did Obion, the Obion path, and that's where I didn't get the decisive. Obion was just a bridge too far. So.
And now look at you! You're breaking some of these maps on ultimate mode.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This when I look at this replay, it's pretty ingenious. Some of the stuff I did. This is totally unique. I mean, if you think about it, you have to do all of these things. If you don't do all of these things, it won't work, because you're going to get hammered like too soon over here, or the artillery will pound you. So you have to get the airfield. You have to clear this guy out, so you deny vision, so you can land your artillery. Then you have to clear this guy out, and this guy out at the same time, so that you trigger the counterattack and you pull the armor this way and not that way. You have to break this on turn 6 and then funnel your units across the river systematically, one at a time, so that way you can de-entrench this guy, and you have to use the scout to go in and attack and pull out, and you gotta land your paratrooper here to kind of help clean up if necessary. You have to make sure you don't kill this artillery piece. You put your SE unit here to draw fire at the right turn, so you can force a surrender on that one, and then you surrender here, and then you can kill 2 planes. I mean, think about all of the moving parts on this map. I bet you've never seen...
It makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, I bet you've never seen boats used like this before.
No. No, the Oladir dropping Oladir on an empty airfield is a key characteristic that you should, if you don't have it in your little breakdown of advanced tactics, I would definitely put. Okay.
I didn't even talk about the boats thing. I don't even have that listed in the advanced tactics. All the boat tricks. Another boat trick is I think you can use the Samoa to draw a plane. I should mention that. Like, yeah, you have to admit though, like this was like, I think that I figured this out. By the way, I figured 90% of this out when I went to bed at night, and I mapped it out. I literally
I've been doing that too. I've been going to bed thinking about maps, and that's when something will occur to me, like the Yoko or the what's the one before Obion, the one that I just posted the whole thing. Yoko Valevo.
Yeah.
Yoko Valevo. That one, doing that, just how do I have enough time to do it all? Oh, instead of trying to take care of that whole counterattack, I'm just going to leave a minimal force there, which I didn't bring the right minimal force, which is definitely something somebody can improve upon. But the point is that idea came to me when I was using the restroom, because I do my best thinking there. but that's it. Is you find yourself contemplating different aspects of the game and what can you do differently that nobody else has tried.
So I mapped this out move by move, almost. This idea on the artillery was something I thought about when I was sleeping, or when I was trying to go to sleep, and it worked so well. I'm disgusted.
The seven where it moves up one, just right at the right time. You must have saw that live play, and when you were live playing and going, thank you very much.
And just having the infantry, they sit here like bums the entire time, and then
you were attacking until turn 7.
And it's just crippling. So I just just all of these moving parts together. You have to kill the scouts.
What amazes me is if you look at your damage, you took 2 damage on one Fallschirmjäger, one SE infantry, your 1 damage on Panzerjäger,
5.
And I think 2 damage on a plane, probably bar.
Yeah, so 7. That doesn't matter. I can give him regular replacements. I give him regular replacements. I give him regular replacements. Not him. And I don't give my Panzerjäger. So this cost me 21 prestige.
Huh. Wow.
I know. I dare Soren to prove that you can do it cheaper. With a little bit of luck, you can do it cheaper. Like, I had a little bit of bad luck with the artillery and the Panzerjäger. And I had a little bit of bad luck on this guy. Actually, you can probably do this with 0 damage, actually. With 0 elite replacements. Because I forgot to attack this with a fighter twice. This anti-tank, and that would have reduced the entrenchment. But yeah, you could do this for near 0 in elite replacement cost. Does that disgust you?
It makes me revel.
And not only
revel in the beauty.
But you also get extra prestige from forcing like 3 surrenders on this spot.
Right. Sedan ceases to be a thorn and becomes a point of money earning.
Yeah.
So that 75 millimeter shot at your artillery 3 times and never did damage to it?
No. The artillery moved up on the final turn. Remember, my Pioneer was here. Normally, he doesn't shoot at all. Like, he normally never shoots at my Pioneer. On the final turn, you have to back him up or he'll get attacked by this guy. And then he attacks. But you're in the city. I guess you could take some damage there. It's actually 50-50. It's not super likely. Believe it or not. But you have to back up your Pioneer to keep them from attacking him. If I put Ola Deer there, I don't think they would.
Well, this weekend for me is going to consist of working on my next Sea Lion map and playing around with a little bit of what to do with the what's the one after Ponri? Oka
Kafka or something.
Okolohovoka. Yeah. Okolohovoka.
It's actually Robbie Play Strategy Games the only one that's ever shown those maps.
No, Lieutenant Joker has
He did it too. Oh, okay.
yeah, but it's it's not ideal seeing either one of them play because it looks like they're playing kind of blind, if not blind completely.
Yeah.
So they're not setting up traps, but I do see how to what to expect. That's
By the way,
the
I have
only
a question.
advantage.
I should have mentioned on your video.
Yeah.
I was surprised you brought 3 infantry. Is that right? On the opponent.
To Pommery?
Yeah.
No, I brought more than that.
Are you sure? Because I thought you had like very little infantry.
Yes, it was, but it wasn't 3.
But it's like really small amount of infantry. But I thought those maps were infantry heavy. Like you had an incentive to bring more infantry.
Yeah, the thing about that is you need to be fast, and infantry
Are too slow.
is slow, and also it's very vulnerable to counterattacks. So you have to be very
Does that
careful.
Suggest that you should take the other path then?
The Ponri path?
No, the other Yoko or whatever it is. Like because that one you definitely bring armor, and the infantry serves as a flanking guard essentially.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be keeping the Ponri path.
Oh, really? I'm going to be curious. When you finish that, I know it's like, 6 years from now, you'll get it done. But I'm curious, prestige-wise, where you are, and then did you think one of those paths was producing more prestige than the other? Because that matters.
Well, looking at... Yeah, well, I went balls out for Obion because that map is insane.
So if you take the Ponri path, I have a very
I bought another 88 for the Obion maps in order to break.
Damn. But
right.
I needed a
3 range, and Soren had a mobile with range. I don't have that, so I had to buy an 88 so I get the 3 range.
What was it? I was thinking since I had such infantry heavy core, that the Ponri path might be better, because there's like a lot of like stuff to dig out. And I'll have like...
I like the Ponri map better.
So I have like 3 pioneers, which is a lot of pioneers that might prove useful on maps like that. I'm curious to see how it works. You're like just like looking at Ponri, it looks like you're kind of crushing it, but I don't know that map that well. There's like a bunch of crap at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how easy it is to get to those final objectives. One thing I was wondering, can you fly paratroopers just in the back somewhere?
No, I'm not doing that with the Kursk maps. I've been suggested by Daniels to try it on the last one. What is it? Okovoka? Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that one, Okovoka. But I look at the map and whenever I see those strongholds, I look at those and I see those and I just go, that's asking to get my units killed.
Well, you might,
because if they see them, if they have any chance to see them, they're just dead.
Is there an airfield that's empty by any of those objectives?
I'll have to relook at it, but I don't think so. Nothing that that would be easy to land my troops on. Oh, you're gonna pull it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Because if there's, I was actually looking at those maps, and
I'm gonna have to leave here in about 5:10.
Yeah, it's this one, right? Is there an empty airfield? See this? But the question is, what triggers these guys?
Well, you can go up to the edit, zones. No, you can actually go to the zones and see what the zones are.
Okay, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Those are the zones that have units.
Basically, I'm going to avoid the right side of the map.
See this? Do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
What triggers that? You need to get those guys.
3. It'd be 3.
Okay. How fast can you get 3? You got 1 already. 2 already. The next nearest one.
Where do you see 3?
You already have 2.
You need to put 3.
Hang on.
2 objectives?
You already own 2 objectives at the beginning.
Click on zone 3.
You have to take that one.
See that? Yeah, I think there's one other place.
Is there another place that's got a zone 3? Oh. So you have to take this one or this one as fast as possible and pull them out, and then it would be safe maybe to land here if you rudel this. If you rudel this and then land Oladir, the fighter won't attack him.
Well, I don't know when those stupid things appear. How do you find out when the units appear? Because I got burned on that with Tatsinskaya.
Oh yeah.
How do you find out when the unit? Like, how do you find out information on the units?
Click on the unit and there's edit map. And edit the unit. Like
show me how to do that.
Let me.
Units.
Here.
See when
if there is a special condition, it'll be
okay. So what button are you pressing? Because when I press a button, I change it to an infantry or whatever, and I go, oh crap.
Shift left click.
And then left click.
And if there's a special condition, which I exploit on the Belgrade map, which I'm working on right now, something will be written in here. And I'm going to do something super nasty on the Belgrade map because I know the trigger condition. So yeah, that's if there's a special something like this one. I don't know if there is.
Click on the click on that.
You see that? On turn 7, he activates.
That's when it activates.
Yep. Oh. He has a special. He's different from everybody else in this group. That's why he's not in zone 4. Like this one, he doesn't have anything. He's hold position active, but he can. That means he can move. It
means that basically, if he sees something, he's gonna attack it.
So you'd have to rudel this and then drop Oladir. That way you pin him. Then you rudel him again. So actually, if you rudel him again on the next turn, you move Oladir up, and then you have the airfield to refuel. And then you can have Oladir attack this. But what I don't know about this map is this. This is why I don't think it's possible, is because how do you take this one? Look at all this bullshit. Explain to me.
You'd avoid the right side of the map.
You can't avoid the right side of the map.
Yeah, you just leave it alone. Okay, so go to the right side of the map. Go all the way to the right side.
This is the
yeah. Okay, now scroll up.
How in the hell are you gonna avoid
so this, you see those units off on the far right?
Yeah.
The 2 T-34s and the various conscripts and 1 Katyusha.
Yeah.
Those come and try to attack the very first turn, and so I'm debating on either setting up traps, and so I could destroy them really quick, and then move all the units that I have over there completely to the center of the map, more towards the main objective in the center of the map, and leave that completely empty.
But how are you gonna get south?
What do you mean?
How is you going to the center getting you here? That's what I don't get.
Okay, so go to like zoom 25%.
Okay.
Ugh, I can't see nothing. 33%.
We'll try it. Look at all this bullshit. How are you Okay, let's say you move everybody into the middle, you wipe this out, you have no time to
Yeah,
get here.
right.
You have no
Okay,
time.
so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right towards the. Okay, so there's a counterattack, or there's two counterattacks that start off the very first turn. The one on the left and the one on the right. And the one on the right is minimal, and you can destroy it if
Look at
you
this
set it
bullshit.
up
Look
right.
at this.
That the one on the left is extensive, and that's going to take a little time.
Yeah.
But then when you destroy that, then you go straight on for the dead center of the map. This is my plan, my overall plan. Go straight on for the dead center of the map, and then just fan
How in
out
the
to
hell are you
both
gonna wipe out
sides.
60 units in 15 turns? Look at these units. There is no way
17.
you have 17 turns.
I think I have 17.
There is no way that even if you take 2 sectors and converge them on the middle, that you can wipe this out and have enough time and enough fuel to reach here. And by the way, you have a bunch of bullshit down here. You can't use your Air Force. There's no way you can use your Air Force. So explain to me how you're getting this objective in 17 turns.
Uh,
Even 22 turns looks insane because this is not a joke. This is like, you make it sound like, oh yeah, and I just take everybody and I shove them over to the middle and I'm gonna kill everything. Yeah, you're not gonna kill all of
well, you
this.
got the tanks. You got the big old SC bulldogs that just barrel through just about
Look at these
everything.
hills. That's
It's
gonna
not
be
that
nasty.
difficult.
This is gonna be really nasty.
Yeah, the hills are going to be a
And
pain in the
fours,
butt, but
I don't see it. I can see this. Like Oladir and Rudel could probably do it because you're gonna have these guys activate. But I don't see how this is possible. You've got 4, like, look at this bullshit. You got scouts, like, everybody's gonna get in your face. How many freaking planes are on this map? I think you need to go, but
oh, I think 17.